1. Shoes that give you blisters. We've all been there. Buying a pair of shoes that looked amazing in the store only to find out they are not good for your feet. It's time to say goodbye to those blister-causing culprits. Do yourself a favor and donate these shoes to someone who might find them more comfortable. 2. Artwork you've never hung. If you have not found a place for it by now, chances are you never will. I had a beautiful painting I bought on a trip to Paris, thinking it would be perfect for my living room. Fast forward 3 years, and it was still leaning against the wall in my spare room. Consider selling it or gifting it to a friend who might appreciate it more. 3. Materials from your last move. Moving boxes, packing tape, bubble wrap. If you've moved recently and still have these materials lurking in your garage or closet, it's time to let them go. Unless you're planning another move in the near future, these items are just taking up valuable space. I used to keep all my moving supplies just in case, but realized I was essentially storing cardboard and air. 4. Super old frozen meals. Time to brave the depths of your freezer. Those mystery meals you froze months ago. It's time to say goodbye. Not only do these old meals take up precious freezer space, but they're probably not safe to eat anymore. Do a freezer audit and toss anything that's past its prime or unidentifiable. 5. Condiments in the back of your fridge. Speaking of food audits, let's move to the fridge. Those condiments hiding in the back. They've probably overstayed their welcome. I'm talking about that half-empty bottle of barbecue sauce from last summer's cookout or the fancy mustard you bought for that one recipe. Check the expiration dates and be honest with yourself. If you have not used it in the past year, you probably won't use it in the next one either. 6. Stained t-shirts. We all have them, those comfy t-shirts with mysterious stains that never quite came out in the wash. While they might be perfect for painting or gardening, do you really need 5 of them? Keep 1 or 2 for messy tasks and let the rest go. I used to have a drawer full of these just in case shirts, but realized I was holding on to memories more than actual useful items. 7. Backup underwear. Let's talk about something we don't often discuss, old underwear. You know, the ones you keep just in case you run out of clean laundry. But let's be real, if you're down to these, it's probably time to do laundry anyway. Keep your favorites and toss the rest. 8. Old cookbooks. In this digital age, how often do you really reach for those dusty cookbooks? If you haven't opened them in years, it might be time to let them go. I had a shelf full of cookbooks I never used, always opting to look up recipes online instead. Keep the ones that hold sentimental value or that you genuinely use, and donate the rest to your local library or a friend who loves cooking. 9. Hair ties or clamps. These small hair accessories have a way of multiplying and hiding in every corner of your home. Gather them all and keep only what you actually use. I once found a hair tie from my high school days lurking in a drawer. Needless to say, it was time to go. 10. Gifts that you don't use. We've all received well-intentioned gifts that just don't fit our lifestyle or taste. It's okay to let these go. The gift giver wanted to make you happy, not burden you with clutter. I had a beautiful vase from my aunt that just didn't match my decor. I finally donated it, knowing someone else would appreciate it more. Did you find the video helpful so far? Please consider liking the video and type "I will declutter" in the comments below. And if you're ready to declutter your home, don't forget to join my 7-day declutter challenge, link in the description. 11. Plants. Yes, even plants can be clutter. If you have plants that are constantly struggling or that you always forget to water, it might be time to find them a new home. I once had a collection of succulents that I thought would be easy to care for. Turns out, I have a talent for killing even the hardiest of plants. I rehomed them to a friend with a greener thumb, and we were both happier for it. 12. Unused hair products. That leave-in conditioner that left your hair greasy. The styling cream that didn't quite work. It's time to clear out your bathroom cabinet. I used to be a hair product junkie, always chasing that perfect curl. Now I stick to a few products I know work for me and donate the rest to friends or women's shelters. 13. Expired makeup. Check the expiration dates on your products and toss anything that's past its prime. Not only is it ineffective, but it can also harbor bacteria. I once held onto a limited edition eyeshadow palette for years past its expiration date. Trust me, your skin will thank you for using fresh products. 14. Broken items. We all have that one broken item we're going to fix someday. But let's be honest, if you hadn't fixed it by now, you probably won't. I had a broken lamp sitting in my closet for 2 years before I finally admitted I was never going to get around to rewiring it. If it's fixable and you'll actually use it, set a deadline to repair it. Otherwise, it's time to let it go. 15. Burned out candles. Empty candle jars might seem useful, but how many do you really need? Keep a couple for storage if you like, but the rest can go. I used to keep every pretty candle jar, thinking I'd repurpose them all. In reality, they just collected dust in my cabinet. 16. Empty bottles. Whether it's empty shampoo bottles in the shower or wine bottles you thought you'd craft with, it's time for them to go. Recycle what you can and toss the rest. I once had a collection of interesting beer bottles I was saving for something. Turns out that something never materialized and I was just storing trash. 17. Unworn sweaters. We all have that sweater we bought because it was on sale, even though it wasn't quite right. If you have not worn it in the past year, chances are you won't in the future. I had a drawer full of sweaters I never wore because they were slightly itchy or not quite the right fit. Donating them felt like a weight off my shoulders. 18. Old DVDs. In the age of streaming, these old media formats are often just taking up space. If you hadn't watched them in years and don't have the means to play them, it's time to let them go. I held onto my favorite childhood movies just for the nostalgia. Eventually, I took photos of the covers for memories and recycled the tapes. 19. Excessive mugs. How many mugs does one person really need? Keep your favorites and donate the rest. I used to collect mugs from every place I visited, ending up with a cabinet full of mugs I never used. Now I have a few special ones I enjoy every day. 20. Old phones. If you're holding on to old phones just in case, it's time to reconsider. Most of us upgrade long before our current phone dies. Look into recycling programs for electronics or consider donating still functional phones to organizations that repurpose them for those in need. 21. Containers from old technology purchases. Those boxes your laptop or smartphone came in. Unless you're planning to sell the item soon, you probably don't need to keep them. I used to have a closet shelf dedicated to empty tech boxes, thinking I needed them for warranties. In reality, they were just collecting dust. 22. Excessive pillows. Decorative pillows can quickly take over your living space. Keep the ones you love and use regularly, and say goodbye to the rest. I once had so many throw pillows on my bed that I spent more time arranging them than sleeping on them. 23. Excessive throw blankets. Similar to pillows, throw blankets can multiply quickly. Keep a few favorites and donate the rest. I used to have a blanket in every color to match my ever-changing decor moods, but realized I only ever used the same soft, neutral one. 24. Excessive bath mats. How many bath mats does one bathroom need? Probably fewer than you currently have. Keep a couple to rotate while washing, and let the rest go. I once bought a new bath mat every time I wanted to refresh my bathroom look, ending up with a linen closet full of barely used mats. 25. Old towels. Speaking of bathrooms, it's time to go through your towels. Keep the ones in good condition and repurpose old, torn ones as cleaning rags. I used to keep every towel I'd ever owned, resulting in a linen closet that refused to close. Congratulations! You've made it halfway through the video. So we have a small gift from our side, which is the free 7-day Declutter challenge, where you'll get daily checklists to help you declutter step by step. Plus, some exclusive bonuses to keep you motivated along the way. It's only available for a limited time, so click the link in the description or the pinned comment to join now. 26. Old wallets. If you're holding onto old wallets just in case, it's time to let them go. Keep your current wallet and maybe one backup, but the rest can find new homes. I had a drawer full of old wallets, each with a story, but realized the memories were not in the wallets themselves. 27. Outdated phone cases. With how often we upgrade phones, old cases can quickly become clutter. If they don't fit your current phone, it's time to say goodbye. I used to keep old cases thinking I'd find a use for them, but they just ended up as drawer clutter. 28. Duplicate nail clippers. How many nail clippers does one person need? Probably just one or two. Gather all your duplicates and keep only what you need. I once found nail clippers in every room of my house. 29. Random junk drawer items. We all have that one drawer, or maybe several, filled with random odds and ends. It's time to tackle it. Sort through everything, keeping only what you actually use and know what it's for. I once found a key in my junk drawer that I'd been looking for months. Sometimes decluttering can lead to happy discoveries. 30. Tupperware. Mismatched containers and lids can take over your entire kitchen. Match up pairs and recycle the rest. I used to have a cabinet that would avalanche Tupperware every time I opened it. Not anymore. 31. CDs. Unless you're a serious audiophile or collector, it might be time to digitize your CD collection and let the physical copies go. I kept my CD collection from high school for years before realizing I hadn't used a CD player in over a decade. 32. Old knickknacks. Those little decorative items that seem to multiply on shelves. It's time to be selective. Keep the ones that truly bring you joy and let the rest go. I used to have shelves full of knickknacks I felt obligated to display, but now I only keep out the pieces I truly love. 33. Unused picture frames. Empty or unused picture frames can quickly become clutter. If you hadn't filled them in the past year, it might be time to let them go. I had a box of frames I was saving for someday, but realized I preferred to rotate a few special photos instead of displaying tons at once. 34. Duplicate tools. Unless you're a serious DIY enthusiast, you probably don't need multiple hammers or screwdriver sets. Keep the best quality items and donate the rest. I inherited tools from various family members and ended up with multiples of everything. Streamlining my tool collection made my projects much more organized. 35. Small appliances taking up counter space. That bread maker you used once 5 years ago. The ice cream machine that's still in its box. If you're not using these appliances regularly, they're just taking up valuable kitchen real estate. 36. Fancy outfits never used. We all have that outfit we bought for a specific occasion and never wore again. If it's been hanging in your closet unworn for years, it's time to let it go. I had a bridesmaid dress I kept for years just in case. In case of what? I'm not sure. 37. Old travel guides. In the age of smartphones and constantly updated online information, those old travel guides are probably outdated. Keep them only if they hold sentimental value. Otherwise, recycle them. I used to collect travel guides for places I dreamed of visiting, but realized online resources were much more current and useful. 38. Backup suitcases. Unless you're a frequent traveler, you probably don't need multiple suitcases in various sizes. Keep a couple of versatile pieces and donate the rest. I once had a closet full of luggage I'd accumulated over the years, most of which never saw the light of day. 39. Extra vases. Unless you're a florist or frequently host large events, you probably don't need a dozen vases. Keep a few in different sizes and donate the rest. I used to keep every vase I received with flower deliveries, ending up with a cabinet full of vases I never used. 40. Extra set of sheets. While it's good to have a spare set of sheets, you probably don't need more than 2 sets per bed. Donate any extras to animal shelters who can always use them. I once had enough sheets to change my bed every day for 2 weeks. Needless to say, that was excessive. 41. Old scarves. Keep the ones you actually wear and donate the rest. I had a drawer full of scarves in every color and pattern imaginable, most of which I never wore. 42. Clothes not fitting your climate. If you've moved to a new climate but kept clothes from your old one, it might be time to reassess. I moved from a cold climate to a warm one and held onto my winter coats for years just in case. 43. Excessive hangers. Take a look in your closet. Do you have more hangers than clothes? It's time to pare down. I used to keep every hanger that came with new clothes, ending up with a tangled mess in my closet. 44. Unused belts. Belts have a way of accumulating over the years. Keep the ones you actually use and say goodbye to the rest. I once found a belt from my high school days lurking in the back of my closet. Needless to say, it was time to go. 45. Specific or duplicate kitchen gadgets. That avocado slicer or banana hanger might have seemed useful when you bought it, but how often do you really use it? Streamline your kitchen tools to the ones you actually use regularly. I once had 3 different types of garlic presses, but a simple knife works just fine. 46. Jewelry not fitting your style. Tastes change over time, and that's okay. Keep the jewelry you love and wear, and consider selling or donating pieces that no longer fit your style. I held on to chunky necklaces from my college days for years before realizing my style had evolved to more delicate pieces. 47. Clothes kept for memories. While it's nice to keep a few sentimental clothing items, an entire closet full of memory clothes isn't practical. Consider taking photos of special outfits and then donating them. I kept my prom dress for years before realizing the photos of the night were much more valuable than the dress itself. 48. Old calendars or planners. Unless you use old calendars or planners for reference, it's time to let them go. I used to keep all my old planners, thinking I'd need to look back at them someday. In reality, they just collected dust on my bookshelf. 49. Guilt and negative self-talk. This might seem odd on a decluttering list, but mental clutter is just as important as physical clutter. Let go of guilt over items you're decluttering and negative self-talk about your clutter. Remember, you're making positive changes. I used to feel guilty about getting rid of gifts or sentimental items, but realized that the memories are in my heart, not in the stuff. 50. Anything that doesn't serve you anymore. This is a catch-all for anything in your life that's no longer serving a purpose. It could be physical items, digital clutter, or even relationships or commitments. Take some time to reflect on what's truly adding value to your life. There you have it. If you enjoyed the decluttering tips, don't forget to join my free 7-day declutter challenge to take your decluttering journey to the next level. Click the link in the description to sign up.